Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Lee Kleinert, and I am a professor here at Grand Rapids Community College in the Biological Sciences Department. And I also am the curriculum coordinator for the honors program. And I am not very good, apparently, at here we go, multitasking. So anyway, thanks for being here today with us to learn a little bit about our honors program here at Grand Rapids Community College. So our director is Michael Shavy, director of the honors program, and he apologizes, but he was unable to be here at the last minute today. But again, the director's name is Michael Shavy, and I'm going to give you some information at the end of this session on how to further get his contact information. And so hopefully you will be able to contact him or learn more information about our program from him. So again, my name is Lee Kleinert, and I have some friends with me here today. They're going to give a little wave as I introduce them. I have Anna Kirk, current honors student and ambassador in our program, Honors Ambassador. It's a student role that is a paid position to do some extra leadership work in our program. I also have honors ambassadors and alumni, program alumni with me, Jessie Webb and Araceli Mariquin. Okay, so Anna will be here monitoring the chat feature. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to write them in, or there's a number that you can text them in, and we will monitor your questions and we will answer them, and we'll try to get to all of them at the end of our presentation. So keep those questions coming, and Anna will be monitoring them. And you will hear from our program alumni, Jessie and Araceli, a little bit later, and they will tell you about some of their experiences in the program. So welcome, thank you for joining us today. So I'm going to start off with a program overview, give you a little bit of information, then we'll talk specifically about some of the curriculum you would be involved in our honors program. We'll meet some of our students and hear some of their experiences, and also they'll give you some of their favorite tips. And then finally, we'll end with some next steps you can take if you're interested in getting more information past our session today, or hopefully applying to our program. So let's get started. And I'm going to see if we can move our lovely photos, because as good looking as all of us are, I'd like you to be able to see our information. So first of all, the benefits of joining the honors program at Grand Rapids Community College. One big benefit is community. So getting more involved in the community here at Grand Rapids Community College, as well as the greater Grand Rapids community. You make some great connections that can lead to strengthening your resume, as well as can lead to internships and even jobs. Faculty mentorship. Because of the courses you take and the extra engaging activities that you do as part of the honors programs, a lot of times you get a better, stronger relationship with your faculty than just simply moving through the hoops of courses in your program or just your general education, which is terrific when you have to approach faculty later for things like letters of recommendation for programs or jobs. Advising. We have a dedicated advisor for our honors program, and it's nice because you have easy access to this advisor, and it's even required as part of the program. You don't have to wait for long periods of time for drop-in advising. It's very easy to do to see the advisor on a regular basis until you have access to this advisor. A competitive edge. So with our program, a lot of colleges know and respect our program. And as you're trying to transfer to four-year schools or apply to programs, either in undergrad, either at Grand Rapids Community College or at other four-year institutions, or even in graduate programs, it's a pretty big edge up on your resume to have been part of the honors program. And some four-year schools that have honors programs, they actually will let you seamlessly transition from the GRCC honors program into their honors program to complete at the four-year level. For example, Grand Valley State University. Once you've completed the Grand Rapids Community College honors program, you only have 3 more courses at Grand Valley to take to complete their 4 years honors program. So That's pretty cool to be able to seamlessly transition into their program. And finally, scholarships. Who doesn't love free money, right? So we scholarship 2 courses in our Grand Rapids Community College honors program. So yep, 2 courses in the program we pay for you. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that shortly. All right, let's talk about admission criteria. So if this is sounding interesting to you and you're wondering, how do you apply? I'll tell you where to apply a little bit later in our presentation, but what is required to apply? So if you're an incoming freshman, we require a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or an SAT score of 1160 or a composite ACT score of 24. What if you're already here at GRCC and it's been a really long time since you were in high school and you don't even remember if you even took the SAT or ACT or much less what your GPA was? That's okay. We're just asking at that point, then you have taken at least 6 college level credits and maintained an overall GPA, cumulative GPA of 3.5, and that you're eligible for college level math and English courses. Now, we do have provisional admission. So whether you're an incoming freshman and maybe you just had a 3.3 or a 3.4 GPA, or your composite ACT score was only a 23, or maybe you are a current GRCC student and you've taken like 12 credits, but your GPA is just a 3.3. We would like to hear from you as well. Please consider applying because we do have a provisional admission. All right, so now you're in the program. What does it take to complete and graduate from our honors program? I'm going to give you a quick overview, and then we're going to transition to a little more detail and hear about the fun stuff that you get to do in the program. So a quick overview, if you look at the bottom of our screen, it requires a completion of 15 credits, not 15 courses, but 15 credits. And most of those credits of completion will be in the courses that you are already planning on taking here at GRCC. There's an advising component. Remember, I said one of the perks of the program is having your own advisor, your dedicated honors advisor. And of course, that person won't just tell you about things to do in the honors program, but will help you with your specific career path. So we do require that you see this person on a regular basis, which is not a bad requirement, right? Being able to get that help specifically. And then, of course, community engagement. So we have a service piece each semester. We have the honor students engaging in the community doing a service project. It's a lot of fun. Some of the honor students actually plan the project, so you get to go into a community organization that you're passionate about, that's near and dear to your heart, have a lot of fun, make a difference in the community, and again, strengthen your resume. All right, so let's talk a little bit more now about these 15 credits that you need to complete. So if we look first at the bottom bullet that says curriculum, you need to complete 2 required courses, an introduction to honors and an honors capstone. The introduction to honors is a 1-credit course and the capstone course is a 2-credit course. So there takes care of 3 credits. So the other 12 credits come from honors projects, and that would be happening in the courses you already planned on taking. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But through all of that coursework and through your advising and through your community engagement projects, you will meet the program pillars of, and now if we go to the top part of our slide, community engagement, teamwork, creative problem solving, research, and communication. And if you think about that, these are really important skills that programs and employers want you to have. So by working through the program, you will not only learn these skills, but you'll be able to articulate them with specific experiences in the honors program to future employers or programs that you're trying to apply to. All right, so let me move our lovely pictures again, and let's talk specifically about that first course you would take in the honors program. Introduction to Honors. We call it Honors 101. So the good thing about this course is it's only 7 weeks. It's 1 credit. And remember that free money I was talking about? It's scholarship. So you don't have to pay for it. And even better, if you're looking at the second bullet, it's pass fail. So there's a list of standards that you have to complete. And if you complete them satisfactorily, you get a check in the box and you get an A in the course. And you know what? It's a lot of fun because if you look at bullet 3, it's a chance to get to know your fellow honors students. So you gather together twice a week. We have morning sections, we have afternoon sections, we have some on Mondays and Wednesdays, some on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So hopefully something that will fit your schedule. And you get together with a small group of people in the program and get to know them and do a lot of fun things. You learn more about the campus and the program. You learn how to work on a team. You learn about the community. And it's a really fun experience. And feel free to chat in, send me a question, and maybe I can even defer to some of our current students who are here with me at the presentation today to tell you a little more about this course. All right, so once you've completed that, or even concurrently with that, you will be taking coursework, and you take what you need to take, what you came to GRCC to take. And within those courses, you will complete honors projects. We'd like you to complete 12 credits of honors projects. So what that means is if you're taking a bunch of 4-credit classes, then maybe in 3 different classes that you complete an honors project. If you happen to be taking a lot of 3-credit classes, then you might have to complete honors projects in 4 different classes. So some kind of combination that adds up to 12 credits. So what is this honors project I keep talking about? It's a unique learning experience that's going to deepen your learning within that specific course. And it's going to help you effectively communicate that knowledge and build your leadership skills. It's really going to help you do 2 of the following, back to the honors pillars: community engagement, teamwork, creative problem solving, research, or communication. Sometimes it might involve all 5 of those. So what does that mean? What does that look like? What are you doing? If you're taking a math class or a biology class or a writing class or a computer class, what are you doing then for these honors projects? So I'm going to give you a couple quick examples, and then that's what some of my friends here, I don't know where to move our pictures, will be telling you about. It might be things like being involved in a book club with some fellow honors students in classes of a similar discipline, like several biology classes or everybody in one biology class. It might be taking a concept that you've learned about in your class and going into a 2nd grade class and teaching it, maybe a French lesson. It could be doing some volunteering in the community. It could be job shadowing. Maybe you're taking a specific course in architectural design, and part of it is to go out and job shadow people in the field and then learn about what they do and how it applies to the concepts you're learning in your architectural design class. It could be a mini research paper, and then you have a poster presentation to bring back to your class. So it's just, the sky's the limit, because a lot of times you and your professor have the freedom to develop these creative ideas that allow you to engage in your coursework past what is mandated on that syllabus. All right, and then the capstone of it all, literally and figuratively, which we call Honors 250, a 2-credit class. It does meet for 14 weeks, so it's a little more involved. This is the culmination of the honors program. And this one is also free. It's scholarship, so you don't have to pay for it either. But this, we recommend taking your last semester of your time at GRCC, your last semester of the program. This is where you will come together as a team with some of your fellow honors students, identify a problem in the community, and say, I have an idea of how to solve this. So we usually operate on a theme, and the class selects the theme. and says, hey, you know what, we're really passionate about something. To give you some examples of some past semester themes, if you take a look at our slide here, one semester we did sustainability. One semester we did depression and anxiety on campus. Another time we looked at underserved populations. And so we spend the first roughly half of the semester, the first 7 weeks, talking about local issues and community resources, especially under our theme. So if we were talking about underserved populations, who are our underserved population? What is an underserved population? Who are our underserved populations in the greater Grand Rapids community and on campus? And what are community resources for them? We learn about teamwork. We practice working in teams. We learn about communication skills and good communication. We talk about ethical decision making and we practice it. We practice multiple perspective appreciation. We talk about visioning. We do a visioning workshop with a very creative group out of the University of Michigan. We talk about what research methods are. We go to the library, and as we're starting to formulate, this is an issue I'm passionate about in the community, we try to start researching and looking for, have there been other solutions to this problem? We talk about information literacy and presentation skills. We do a really cool presentation workshop, and we just get to know each other's strengths and challenges. And then finally, that second half of the semester, you actually get to self-select into groups, usually about 3 to 4 people, and you tackle that issue in the community and you come up with a solution for it and you solve it. And we've had some pretty cool things come out of that. So I'm hoping that one of my students here will share, because we have several people who have been in the capstone course, and I've had some amazing projects come out of that. So hopefully someone will share with you in a little bit here. You can see some of the students in these pictures that have been in the capstone class doing some team building activities and their presentations at the end. So I'm going to stop talking now, because what's much more interesting is to hear from the students themselves and for them to talk about some of the actual honors projects that they've been involved in their courses, and hopefully share one of the capstone projects that they've been involved in. So we're going to hear from Jessie Webb, first of all. She's going to chat about, I'll let her unmute herself and reintroduce herself and let her talk about one of her honors projects. So take it away, Jessie.
Hi, I'm Jessie Webb, so I'll just do a quick introduction. So I actually went to Northview High School, but moved partway into my senior year to Henderson, Nevada. And so I finished high school out there and then came back to Michigan. And now I'll be transferring to Grand Valley's Honors College. And I am majoring in elementary education with an endorsement to teach language arts for K through 8th. And my minor is going to be in physical education. And then, so now I'm just kind of like dive into one of my projects. The one I wanted to talk about today was actually for my class, historical geology. And so to connect it to my major, I sat down with my professor and we talked about what we wanted to do for the project. And the first thing that came up was maybe doing a book club just between me and her. So something like I could read and pick out a book and then maybe figure out a way to connect it to my major. So I decided to pick a book called Sixth Extinction. And to make it connect to my major and kind of get more out of it, we decided to meet every single week. And then we would discuss things about the book. And then she wanted me to take notes about the book and how I can make lesson plans out of it. So I could pick any grade. Because I haven't really chosen what grade I want to teach yet, I decided just to go with 4th grade, somewhere in the middle. And so each week we would meet and I'd take some notes. And so halfway through, she wanted me to do some rough drafts of different lesson plans. So we did 3 different lesson plans and we related it to the book. And it was geared towards 4th grade. I made sure to make sure that it was pinpointing what 4th graders would be learning as well. And so then afterwards, she would look over them, and then I made a final draft towards the end of the project. So I was able to make lesson plans out of it and also get a good read out of it. So I think that project was a good example just because I was able to connect it to my major pretty easily. That's all I have. I don't know if Araceli wants to
Oh.
share her project.
So my name is Araceli Marroquin. I actually graduated from Innovation Central High School right up the hill from GRCC's main campus. I'm a cellular molecular and development biology major, and I want a minor in Spanish, and I plan to transfer to U of M fall of 2021. So my project was with my pre-calculus teacher. My project was sort of like a hybrid. We did sort of like a book club where we meet like twice a month or 2 times a month when we had free time and sort of discuss the books, about how like different concepts of math develop into society, and then sort of ask questions and what we found interesting of the book. And then we sort of talked about like having like a class lesson about something that I learned throughout the book, which I chose the sort of like the theory or the method of how multiplication sort of came to be, and the different ways in different societies they do multiplications, or like different ways that we're able to do multiplication instead of just doing it the normal way. And so I did that. Then I would have to present it in front of my class and sort of like a Q&A if they had any questions. And so that was my project.
I can actually share my capstone. Um, so I had a very unique experience because my capstone was during the COVID. So the first part of the semester, our group wanted to target mental health, and so we were trying to figure out specifically what can we do to help mental health. And there's so much to mental health. What do we like want to target within that? So we sat down, we talked, and a lot of us thought the biggest thing that impacts college students and people we're around every day, and even ourselves, is depression and anxiety. So that became the topic of our project. And from there, we decided what can we do to help that population? It's so large, and we want to make some sort of impact specifically on our campus and hopefully other campuses. And we decided that a support group would be a great idea to do that. So our first step was trying to figure out how can we get a support group on campus. So then we connected with Stacy, and we started talking about how we can maybe start up a support group. And then COVID kind of happened. So we knew that we couldn't implement it this semester. And we talked about even in the fall, but with so much uncertainty, now we decided what to do with the project was just to make an outline and to get the steps rolling. So that way, when they do go to begin the support groups, they have all the tools that they need. So by working with the counseling department and Stacy, who's the head of the counseling department, we were able to get a whole plan set up for them to implement this support group in the future. In addition to the support group, we also wanted to make it more aware of what there are on campuses, the amenities that are available for those who need it, like counseling services, the support groups that we are starting, and any other services that can benefit them. So we decided to also create posters, and these posters we have sent to Student Life. So they'll be able to share that with all student groups. We also gave it to the counseling departments to share, and then the honors program as well. We're working with ambassadors to implement that. The last part of our project that was really important to us was doing something on campus that can benefit everyone. So we know, like at the end of the semester, that's when anxiety is really at its high point, and there's already a lot of resources that are already there. But we decided in the middle of the semester, when sometimes we're struggling and there's not those different drives, the different stuff we can do to kind of ease our anxiety, maybe for midterms, we decided to do a mental health kit drive. And so this we worked with the honors program with, and we kind of had to change it up because at first when we were doing it, it was before COVID. And so now we kind of implemented with the honors program that we'd like to do a drive with the ambassadors running it, and they would put together collected donations, which we put together like a list of different stuff like stress balls, coloring books, and a variety of different items. And so we would have a collection drive that they would all collect these all supplies and then put them together in bags. And then they would be handed out during midterms. That way students kind of had something to help ease their anxiety or help with the depression that maybe they're experiencing but don't want to talk about. So that was just some of the stuff we did. It was kind of a very unique experience because every time we wanted to do something, we kind of hit a roadblock, and we just kind of had to adjust it. But really, with any semester, whether it be COVID, which was very unexpected, or something else, I think it's a good lesson just to teach you to like kind of like step back and they're like, okay, how can I adjust to what's going on?
Hi, I'm Montserrat Guzman, and I'm gonna share about my experience in the capstone class and kind of what Jessie was saying. We did encounter many roadblocks. One of them was we were planning on doing our project was on DACA, bringing awareness to DACA, and we found out that actually somebody else was already doing it, and we were thinking about creating like a whole site or a whole profile for our DACA students and our DACA population, and to let teachers know what it was, and just bringing more so that students could feel comfortable in their own class and in their own environment here at GRCC. And we ended up doing our project on Bethany Christian Services. And it was actually out of nowhere. It was very interesting to get to meet the organizer. And she talked about like what things they encounter there and what they struggle with. And we figured that we can make like blankets, comfort blankets, because all they come to the United States with is just themselves and the clothes that they're in. And the comfort blankets would travel with them wherever home they were placed in, or wherever, if they stayed in the place in the Bethany Christian Services. And we had the help of the Alice program at GRCC, and they were going to pay for every year. They're going to pay for the fabric and stuff, and then the students in the Alice program are going to be making the blankets, just so they can bring all of the students together, bring more awareness to it. And we think that that's still in place, and it's going to help all these children in Bethany Christian Services.
Thank you all for sharing these amazing projects that you've done in your courses, both the honors projects and in the capstone course. I would love it if each of you would maybe share a tip about the honors program. If you have any sage advice that you'd love to share with someone new to the honors program.
Okay, I can go first. So I kind of have two that I think are really important to keep in mind. One is opportunities, and that's taking advantage of the opportunities that are there, but also trying to make opportunities for yourself as well. So going out of your way to ask if you can have volunteer hours or to do something that maybe is not even offered. And to take advantage of what is available in the honors program, because it all can benefit you, and it's great stuff to experience and to carry on into if you go on to the university, or maybe go right into your career. And then the second thing I think that's really important, it's actually related to honors projects, and I think this is really beneficial, is starting your projects really early and having good communication with your professor. Because if you start right away and have like maybe even a detailed plan of like what you want to do, like I know from my professor, one of them, the first project I did, which was really helped me a lot with all the rest, she said, let's make an outline of what you want to do and when you want to have certain stuff done. And I think it really helped a lot, because then I had my own due dates of when I wanted stuff done, and I wasn't getting behind. So
I guess I'll go next. A tip I would say is sort of like sort of after you're done with your project, probably keeping up with your teacher, going visiting them after your whole project is done, because having that really stable relationship is really helpful. Because I went back to my pre-calculus teacher and asked them for writing letter of references when I needed it, since I'll be transferring soon. And so even though I don't really like have her anymore, I still go back, still greet her, sort of keep that relationship intact. So I would say that would be my tip.
Hi, For me, I think actually going to the events like that you get invited to, and the ones that the honors ambassadors create or organize. That don't be a parking lot student. Don't just go from the school back to your car, back to the parking lot. There is a lot of opportunities out there for you to experience. And check your emails. I cannot stress that enough. Please check your emails.
Okay, thank you. Those are excellent pieces of advice. I would concur, but it's much better coming from all of you. All right, so I'm gonna go back to sharing my screen here. And does it want, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna move all our lovely faces around a little bit here. Oops. We'll just get rid of our faces for a minute and share a last couple things. So if you are interested, please go to grcc.edu/honors for more information. You will find the information we've just talked about here, as well as an application online. The honors program, remember, one of the requirements is the completion of Honors 101. We offer this course both fall and winter, mornings, afternoons, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. It will be all online for fall, if that's a concern of yours. We require community engagement, both fall and winter. It will likely be some sort of virtual experience this coming fall. Honors projects are available in your courses fall, winter, and summer. We have honors advising both fall and winter. And the honors capstone, as you're looking ahead, right now it's offered fall and winter. It's again available mornings and afternoons for your schedule. If there's demand, we will certainly offer it in the summers. So we try to be really flexible to your schedule and your needs. And as you heard it from the students, please check and respond to your email. So if you move forward with investigating our honors program, please check your GRCC email. So if you have, sounds like we don't have any questions right now, but if you do have any questions, again, you can find us and any contact information at grcc.edu/honors. And we would love to hear from you. And I will get all of our lovely faces back, maybe. So we can all say goodbye or not. There we go. Okay, so thank you all for joining us today. And again, my name is Lee Kleiner, and I'm a professor in the biology department here at GRCC, as well as the curriculum coordinator for our honors program. Michael Shavy is the director for the honors program. And you see all of our wonderful students who are all alumni. So most of them won't be here. Araceli, I think you'll be here, right? In the fall, okay, but the rest of them are leaving us, right? All the rest of you are leaving us. So, but Araceli will be here. So you have a one face with a name and myself. So please reach out to us, apply for the program, or reach out to us with any questions, comments, or concerns you might have. Thank you for listening today, and I hope to see you in the fall. Take care.
See ya.
Bye.